is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. So glad you could join us. A reminder, this show is moving this Monday, expanding 9 a.m. to noon, Monday through Friday. This Monday will be our first show. Oh, it's going to be a good one, too. Michael Avenatti will be in studio this Monday, along with Steve Sanchez, who's way on the right. A guy on the left, a guy on the right. They're going to do battle. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Again, this show moving 9 a.m. to noon this Monday. And Michael Avenatti, by the way, will be joining us on the line coming up here in just a little bit at the top of the hour. But USA Basketball's in town. If you guys don't know what that means, well, the best basketball NBA players in the world are training for the Olympic Games. And Greg Popovich, San Antonio Spurs longtime head coach, is the head coach of USA Basketball. And some of his assistants are some of the best coaches in college and NBA. You got Jay Wright, Villanova coach. You've got Mark Few, Gonzaga coach. And one of those assistant coaches is Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Golden State Warriors. So they're actually playing a game at T-Mobile Arena this weekend, kind of, I guess you could call a blue and white scrimmage or whatever they call it, something like that. So I had a chance to go up to Steve Kerr, and the reason why I wanted to go up to him was not to ask him about basketball. Steve Kerr is one of the most outspoken guys you'll ever meet when it comes to anything, particularly politics, Donald Trump. So I went up to Steve Kerr, and I asked him, I said, Coach, you know, we had this horrible tragedy October 1 in Las Vegas, the biggest, massacre in the history of mass shootings right here in Las Vegas. Do you have any thoughts on what has taken place over the weekend, and what are your thoughts on gun legislation, that sort of thing? And this was Steve Kerr's response.
Well, I've always been very outspoken in terms of gun safety, gun measures, and that's been something very important to me for a long time. And so I've gotten very involved with some of the gun safety groups, like the Brady campaign and the Sandy Hook Promise, March for Our Lives, the Giffords group. These are all wonderful groups that are doing a lot of good things. And I think there's a lot of momentum now that's building. And I think when you have 97% of the people in the country who want universal background checks, and the Senate not won't pass it, won't even vote on it, because Mitch McConnell won't allow them to vote on it because the NRA has bought him off, then you got a problem. So I think that's the issue. I think we have to have elected leaders who are willing to value human life over their own jobs and their contributions from the NRA.
If you had a chance right now to talk to the president, what would you say to him?
Nothing.
Really? You wouldn't address it? Do you think he bears some responsibility, though, with some of the rhetoric?
I wouldn't bother talking with him.
There you go. That is Steve Kerr. Listen, that was some strong stuff. You asked Steve Kerr a question about USA Basketball, he might give you like a 20-second answer. That was a very long answer because, again, Steve Kerr is very passionate about this issue, and as a lot of people are. JD is, I am. Many of us are. But Steve Kerr has been very outspoken about this issue, as you can tell. I hate to bring up Megan Rapinoe, but there are a lot of people out there that can't stand the president so much that if they met with him face-to-face, they wouldn't say anything. They wouldn't want to meet with him. Now, in that aspect, I do disagree with Steve Kerr. While I understand, I disagree. I think when you can't stand somebody, but they're the ones that are in power, I don't think it hurts to sit down and talk with them. You're not going to hate them anymore by sitting down and talking to them. Not to say that Donald Trump is going to be inviting Steve Kerr to the White House anytime soon. I don't think that's going to happen. But I agree with what Steve Kerr said about Mitch McConnell. If McConnell allowed them to vote, things would be getting done right now. McConnell's the reason why they call him a turtle. Not just because he looks like one. He looks horrendous. But it's also because he sticks his head down deep and hides it somewhere. Maybe it's up his ass. I don't know. But he's not doing anything. He doesn't get anything done. And he sucks the blood out of America, and it continues over and over and over again. I appreciated that answer by Steve Kerr. JD, what are your thoughts on what Steve Kerr had to say there?
Well, yeah, Mitch McConnell has definitely not accomplished a lot for gun control.
His neck's getting bigger. He definitely accomplished that. Yeah, I mean, he eats a lot.
I think that it was interesting that he refused to respond. He said that he wouldn't. He would have a lot to say to Donald Trump. Of course he would.
Well, why did he answer me like that?
Well, he knew that whatever he would say would be construed in some type of way. But he was very, very vocal about it.
He's very passionate, and I appreciated that. And we're looking to have, by the way, Jerry Colangelo on the show tomorrow, along with Billy Bob Thornton from the Boxmasters. Billy Bob Thornton is going to be on the show tomorrow,
Santa.
folks. Yeah.
It's all about Bad Santa.
I love Billy Bob Thornton. So his show is coming to Vegas this weekend. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Billy Bob Thornton's going to be on the show tomorrow along with a couple members of the Boxmasters. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And Jerry Colangelo, who is the general manager of USA Basketball, is also going to be joining us tomorrow. So not a shocker, the Vegas tape getting some big guests. And Mike Avenatti coming up here in just a little bit.
You know, it was kind of surprising, though, that he actually said that they're bought off by the NRA. That was kind of an aggressive statement for a person with the stature and the status of Steve Kerr to say.
Let me ask you a question then, if you disagree with that.
Well, that's standard lobbying. It's been going on for hundreds of years.
But that doesn't
in the
change.
U.S. government.
It doesn't,
and I'm not suggesting it's a good thing, but it has been going on
let's
forever.
Look at,
and there are people, there are organizations like the NRA in almost every major industry in the United States.
Which I don't agree with. And if you are, let's just say, Republican, and the NRA gives you an A+ grade, and they're donating, say, $500,000 to your campaign, there is no question about it. You are going to be on their side. That is wrong. That needs to change in this country. And I agree with Steve Kerr 110%. The NRA absolutely has blood on their hands when it comes to proper gun legislation. Let's take some more phone calls. The phone lines are jammed at 257-5396. Bruce, you've been waiting patiently on hold. What's on your mind, my friend?
What's up, Bruce?
Bruce, thank you for not waiting patiently on hold. We appreciate the call. 257-5396. I believe our next caller is going to be Seth. Seth, what's going on? Seth, did we lose you?
No way we lost Seth.
I believe
Seth calls in every single day.
That's okay. We'll go to Justin. Right. Justin, what's going on?
Hey, Justin.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
It's going well.
What's on your mind?
Honestly, I believe that this starts from the very top, from the very beginning. We are not a red and blue country. We are a red, white, and blue country.
Amen.
The whole dividing starts right there. That is where it begins. That's where it fights from. That is the basis of it, and that is where it needs to start.
Well said. I agree.
I totally agree. People need to start recognizing the fact that it is country over race.
And, Justin, you understand, though, where I'm coming from. And, look, I've blamed Democrats on this show plenty of times. But when you say it starts from the top, I start with the President of the United States.
Yeah, and honestly, it should be. I don't know how they need to fix it or how it needs to go, but either way, it doesn't. This whole dividing red and blue. We are not a red and blue country. I'm sorry, It's red, white, and blue. It needs to get fixed. That's where the start and the heart of it is.
I agree,
and
Justin.
I believe it works there down.
Justin, very well said, my friend. I agree with you. We are very divided in this country, and it is only getting worse.
And that's really good for Fox and for CNN. Us being divided, us being totally polarized is outstanding for special interest groups and for the media.
It's good for ratings. It's not
outstanding for ratings, which is one of the reasons why.
It's not good for crime. It's not good for policy. It's not good for middle-class America. It's not good for a lot of things. It is good for ratings. Donald Trump does bring ratings, whether it's MSNBC, CNN, or Fox News. He brings ratings, but he's not bringing people together. He brings people to watch television. Certainly he watches Fox and Friends, so I guess he helps the ratings there, too, because I guess that's how he comes up with policy. He watches some of those nimrods on Fox and Friends. 257-5396. Go to Brady. Brady, what's going on?
What's up, Brady?
Yeah, right on. Let me try to awake my favorite snowflake. Hey, one thing coming down to what...
Whoa. Hold on.
Brady, are you seriously 51 years old? I find that hard to believe.
Oh, wait a second. I find it... You start a conversation by calling me a snowflake? Really, Brady?
What's wrong with that? My favorite liberal snowflake?
Okay, well, first of all, you know what they say about people who assume, Brady? Do you know what my voting record is? Do you know the people that I voted for? You assume just because you might have, you have a pea brain, you assume that just because I attacked Donald Trump, you call me a snowflake, you call me a liberal, just because you disagree with me on a few policies. What is wrong with you? I'm going to call you a right-wing whack job. What do you think? What's wrong with that? I'm going to call you a right-wing snowflake. You like that? It's snowing Brady's. It's snowing right-wing buffoonery Brady's all over Las Vegas tonight. What do you think about that? You can laugh all you want to. You know why you're laughing? Because what I said is ridiculous, right, Brady? What I said is ridiculous. The way you started this conversation is ridiculous. So you know what? We're going to start this all over again. Let me see if I can train you, Brady. All right, welcome to the Vegas Take. Brady, thanks for calling in. What's on your mind?
Yeah, right on, Brian.
That's much better, Brady. Thank you. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Brady. I like you now. See, Brady, I like you now. You can listen. I appreciate it. All right, go ahead.
Okay, I like you too. But hang on, when you brought up earlier in your show about the doxing, that is a big thing because they are inciting violence. And there was just a couple people from the Democratic Party not too long ago, about like a month ago, that got sent to prison for it. And it was kind of hushed up in the news. But, when you have people protesting outside of your house in front of Mitch McConnell's and Tucker's home, I don't think you'd be too happy if you had the Antifa and the BLM in front of your house.
You know what, though? I'll be honest with you. If I was dumb enough to go on a national show, or even this show, and say that white supremacy, the thought of white supremacy is a hoax, if I was dumb enough to say something like that, then I deserve people outside my house with signs. I deserve criticism. Absolutely. But guess what, Brady? I would never say that because it's idiotic. We are responsible for our actions. We are responsible with our words. It doesn't matter if it's Tucker Carlson or it's the president of the United States. Our words matter. Certainly, it's more important when it's somebody has a platform like the president than it does maybe me or even Tucker Carlson. But our words matter. So do I feel sorry for Mitch, the coward McConnell? No, I don't. Do I feel sorry for Tucker Carlson? Tucker, good old Tucker, who doesn't think that white supremacy is a big issue in this country and it's a hoax? No, I don't feel sorry for him. You know who I feel sorry for, Brady? I don't feel sorry for Tucker Carlson. I feel sorry for all those families who lost loved ones. I feel sorry for those people who lost their lives over the weekend in Gilroy, in El Paso, in Dayton. Those are the people that I feel sorry for, not Mitch, the coward McConnell, because he might be inconvenienced. Maybe he didn't get a good sleep last night because there's some people picketing outside his house. So for you to say that we should feel sorry for Tucker and Mitch McConnell is insane. We should be talking about the victims. A 6-year-old and a 12-year-old died at the hands of a moron in Gilroy. Okay, 22 people died in Walmart. 10 people died in Dayton. Those are the people we should feel sorry for, and we need to act upon that. Okay, I think I won that argument. Thank you. I'll take that laugh as a compliment. Thank you, Brady. I appreciate it. 257-5396.
I did expect a better response out of Brady there.
Well, all right, Brady. Maybe you'll think twice before you call
Brady,
me
you have to
do
better next time.
Yeah. Well,
I have faith in you.
No, he's not capable. I don't feel bad for him at all. He's just not capable of doing better. That's all. 257-5396. Let's go to Mike. Mike, what's going on?
Hey, Mike.
Mike, thanks for the call. We appreciate that. 257-5396.
That's 4 mics today, by the way.
That's a lot of mics. Let's go to Glenn. Glenn, are you there, my friend? What's going on?
What's up, Glenn?
All right, I think we lost Glenn as well. That's okay. That means we have a few phone lines open. We have a few snowflakes that can call in. We have a few right-wing snowflakers that can call in. 257-5396, again, is the number to call. Coming up here at the top of the hour, we'll be speaking with Michael Avenatti. And, boy, do we have a lot to get to with him. You're not going to believe what Don Jr. said on Fox and Friends this morning. Guys, you are just not going to believe it. It is just unreal. I know Michael's got something to say about that. Again, a reminder, this show moving 9 a.m. to noon starting on Mondays. 257-5396 is the number to call. Let's go to Andre. Andre, thanks for calling into the Vegas Take. What's on your mind?
Well, man, hey, good evening. I just, let me just go ahead and say this as a Latino man, Hispanic man. I've been in this country all my life, and I ain't never, not one day, worried about no white supremacists. So it just kills me how it's always white people like you who want to tell me about racism.
It's always white people. I haven't told you about what are you talking about?
Is it white deal? Is it that makes you feel good about yourself? Like I said, I'm a Latino man.
Would you like me to respond? Can I respond?
Well, let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
So there's a lot more people like me. See, a lot of us believe in law and order. We believe that there's got to be order. So we may not agree with everything that Donald Trump says or the way he says it, but we understand what he's trying to get to. See, understand that from us. There's a lot of us like me out there.
Okay.
So for you guys to come out here and lecture us about racism, believe me, we know about racism.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. Okay, first of all, I'm not lecturing you. Let's get one thing right, my friend. This is my opinion. You can wait, let me finish. Andre,
I feel sorry for us.
Andre, I let you finish. How about letting me finish? Bro. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't lecture anybody, okay? Let me respond. Let me respond to him. I don't lecture anybody, okay? I pour out my heart on this show every day, and I give you my opinions. Doesn't mean you're going to always agree with those opinions. So don't give me this nonsense that I'm lecturing you, number one. Number two, I've never started off a conversation by saying black people like you or Hispanic people like you. Okay? So when you address me as white people like you, I don't appreciate that, Andre. You might want to rephrase what you're going to say. Don't listen. Just because I'm white doesn't mean you have to point that out and you have to start a conversation by saying that. I don't appreciate that. These are my opinions.
Well, you call Donald Trump a white supremacist. He don't appreciate that.
You see, this is why.
You did
hold on
call
a second.
Donald Trump a white supremacist.
Excuse me. Where in this conversation have I called Donald Trump a white supremacist?
Not in this conversation. In the last segment, you had that.
No, not whatever. Why don't you use your words better? People like you don't know how to use your words.
Andre, I'm glad you said that you want that you feel sorry that you think that Brian and myself or Caucasians or white people, so to speak, feel sorry for you, and that is definitely not the case. But I'll tell you what is happening right now is people like the Reverend Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and Beto O'Rourke are trying to make you feel sorry for yourselves, and it's been happening for a long time.
They've been doing that. They've been doing that for years.
For a long time. Okay, and I'm glad you're tired of it. I'm glad you're recognizing it because the entire Democratic Party has basically
a whole bunch of race baiters.
That's been happening for almost 50 years.
Okay, can I interject now? I have so many things to say. It's just unbelievable. First of all, when I come on this show, I'm talking about the people who have lost their lives and what we need to do to change the course of these mass shootings. I don't care what the color of your skin is. I don't want innocent people to die, Andre, and I would hope you would agree with me in that.
And I agree with that.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, I want a number of different things to happen in this country, and our politicians, in my opinion, are very much to blame for it. We need proper gun legislation. We need to stop the hateful rhetoric at the top. We need help with mental illness. And all these opinions of mine have absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I'm white. So I'm trying to understand why you start a conversation by saying white people like me.
Well, because let me go ahead and explain. Because see, this is what we're tired of, a lot of Latinos and blacks, I think, because it's always, whether it's on TV or on the radio, it's mostly, white people always trying to
address me. Fine, address me specifically because you said white people like me. What have I said?
Right. Well, you are white, aren't you?
So what have I said? Fine. So you're going after me. Tell me what I've said because of the color of my skin that would make you say something like that.
It's not what you said. It's how you say it.
Be specific. Be specific.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that you're always basically, you're trying to like let us know like
don't generalize. Don't generalize. Give me a specific thing that I've said.
Andre, are you saying that Brian or people like Brian are teaching you, trying to teach you, trying to educate you? You feel like you're being educated or that they're attempting to educate you?
So what have I said? What have I said?
Trying to convince us about this problem in the United States of America that you guys call white supremacy. And I'm letting you know that I've been here over 30 years, and I ain't never had a problem with no.
Well, tell that to the 22 people that died in Walmart.
Okay, what about the 50 that died at the post?
What aboutism? What did I say that? Did I say that every murder in this country is by the hands of a white supremacist? What the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense. Goodbye. You're not making any sense.
Hey, Andre, great call, by the way.
It wasn't a great call.
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
It was an outstanding call.
No, it wasn't. He goes after me and says white people like you, and then I ask him to say something specific about what I said, and he can't do it.
What he's doing is he's grouping you in with the far left Democratic Party and the media on that, who has for years and years, they have been trying to make African Americans and Hispanic Americans, Mexican Americans feel sorry for themselves.
It's not what I do. I'm not trying to make anybody feel sorry for themselves.
Obviously, he made a mistake in grouping you in there, but that's what he was trying to do.
Well, damn right,
which I 1,000% agree with.
I think we got one more minute here. Let's take one more call. Let's go to Glenn. Glenn, what's going on?
What's up, Glenn?
Hey, how are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Glenn, I got about 1 minute. Go ahead, my friend.
Hey, I just want to congratulate you for moving to your new time slot, and I will listen to you when Rush is on break.
Well, okay, Glenn. I guess I'll take that as a backhanded compliment. Do me a favor. Can you tell Rush to eat a salad if you're going to call and do a show? Tell him to eat a salad.
And one more thing.
Yeah, one more thing.
I just heard today that you're on my Wichita station, 1330 at 9 p.m. Congratulations on that one, too.
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about, Glenn. No idea what that means. We're not in any Wichita show, but maybe that was Glenn's poor attempt at trying to be funny. Glenn, it's not easy to be funny on the radio, is it? It's not that easy. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we got to take a break. When we come back, Michael Avenatti will be joining us. You're listening to The Vegas Take, all new 101.5 FM, 720 AM, KDWN.